What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back. I'm Sean.
And I'm Jen.
And that is our ship on a stick.
Yes, we decided for part 3 we would show you the ship on a stick. So we have Carnival Mardi Gras.
I was going to have it go like this across, like before we started, just be like...
I thought you were going to make the Jaws sound.
Dun-dun.
But it's not a shark.
Wait. Dun-dun.
So yeah, this was the ship on a stick. He was so excited to get it, and it was rare to get because they're actually like
their supply is down.
Yeah, their supply is way down, so they were like hoarding them a little bit, but I'm so glad that they gave them to the people that were on the Love and Marriage show. And if you missed the second part of our honeymoon video trio, I guess, definitely check it out. The link is in the description. Watch that, then come back to this one.
Yeah.
Because this is the continuation.
Oh, man. So, it was crazy. Yeah. The whole cruise, just the whole vibe was just amazing. It was great to get away. We were nonstop with the move, with everything.
It was so nice to just put everything down for 7 days and really focus on, oh my God, we got married. Mm-hmm. And just be with each other and be with my family. Like I said, we hadn't seen them since April. Mm-hmm. You know, we got married in July, didn't get to see them there. And then we tried to get married again in October, and that didn't work.
Stupid hurricane.
I know. Ian. And then we finally got to see them for this, and it was a nice uninterrupted week.
Mm-hmm. And one of the greatest things is, like, most of the time when you go on, like, family vacations, there's always going to be, like, the scuff or, like, just, like, the little, like, irritation or whatever. There was none. It was just
there isn't
so
usually
nice.
With my family, though.
So
I have a very strange family in the sense that we all really get along. Mm-hmm. We respect each other's personal space. We respect each other's desires and dislikes. And we just don't get annoyed at each other.
And we all know each other well enough. Like, we know, like, after we're doing something for a little bit, Andy's going to probably go take a nap or go do something else. Mm-hmm. And then Mom's going to go, like, shower or nap or whatever. And then we're going to just have free run, which sounds horrible. Like, we have, like, free run of the ship. But we did. But
yeah, I mean...
But we know what each person does. Like, we know how each person acts. Like, they know that we're going to stay down on the shore longer than they will. Yeah. So they're like, hey, you want us to take your stuff? Like, yeah, go ahead. You know, they took our stuff extra for us. But there's no headaches on the cruise. And it's just a beautiful time.
Yeah. I forgot to mention something in the last video that I need to mention right now, because before we get into being on shore, I need to mention something about the Love and Marriage show. Mm-hmm. You remember how we answered the question of how much ice cream we had, mm-hmm. and the answer was 0, and we had to say that in front of the audience? Mm-hmm. For the remainder of the cruise... Everyone we saw that show asked us, oh, it's the newlyweds. Have you guys had ice cream yet? Hey, have you guys had ice cream yet? Did you guys eat ice cream today? And we're just like, I have never had this many people this invested in
my ice cream.
My ice cream intake.
Yeah.
Like, y'all. Everyone.
They had no qualms.
Even James and Brittany asked at some point. They were like, oh, and Bonnie and Clyde asked us, did you guys have ice cream yet? And we're just like, no.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to know what that's a reference to, check the previous video. But also, while we're on this subject of people talking to us, so Jen and I were walking down the stairs going somewhere, and Jen's like, we were
walking down the stairs to go back down to the shore to film a tap video, and people were coming up. And I was talking, you're talking about the water, right? Mm-hmm. I was talking about the fact that the water is so blue and it's so pretty, and this is the perfect place to get a good video in front of blue and pretty water. Because I said out loud, because where we're from, the water is just gray and gross. And this lady, as she's walking up the stairs, she like peeks her head back down. She goes, you talking about Jacksonville?
She knew. She was like, huh?
She knew. The minute I said the water's gray, she goes, oh, you mean Jacksonville? And I'm like, hi, yes. And so we started talking real quick about how disgusting the water is here.
It was so funny that all she had to do was say that the water was gray, and this lady was like, oh, I know where you live.
I don't even know how to explain the color of the water. Like, you can't see the color. Yeah, kind of like this shirt, or like the lighter part of the Wookiee. Wait, that's not Ewoks. A Wookiee, that's an Ewok, my bad. The lighter part of the Ewok. That's because I'm not talking to you. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's the color of Jacksonville water if you're not from here. Now, the beaches can be beautiful, but just like the color of the water, do not expect it to be blue and you won't be disappointed. Yeah. The color of the water in the Caribbean is like the color of these lights. If these are translating correctly, it is like the most amazing, beautiful blue.
Yeah, it's like a teal or like a,
and apparently,
like a sea foam.
Jacksonville is known for its gray water, I guess, because I said, yeah, the water is like gray, and she's like, oh, Jacksonville? And I'm like,
I'm gonna bottle it and sell it.
Yeah, right? So,
sorry, I just
no,
had to
it's okay.
bring that
Speaking
up.
of like
so
people saying funny things. So today's video, we are going to get into more of what we did on shore. Like we said in the previous video, we went to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we went to Amber Cove, Dominican Republic. That's the second time I forgot that. And Grand Turk, not Grand Cayman.
I never remember Grand Turk. I remember Amber Cove and San Juan.
So the first stop after 2 sea days was
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, San Juan. We got off the boat really, really early before my mom and brother did. We got off like right away.
Yeah, like 7:30 or 8.
Yeah, we went over to CVS to go get a Coke because I hadn't had any soda on the boat, even though I did have enough like onboard credit to get the soda package. It was a Pepsi ship, okay? So I'd only had iced tea and coffee this whole time and water sparingly, but yeah. I was like, I just need a 20-ounce Coke, okay? So we get one. We also printed a picture of my dad so that I could have him in my like lanyard thingy so that he was like on the ship with us and stuff. It was sentimental. I surprised my mom with one for her too. And I think one for Andy.
Yeah, I think so.
I said, you can keep them in your lanyard. And so we went down there. My mom and brother met us there. And then we started walking around downtown. We went and saw the fort, one of the forts. And then we kind of were just like in the beautiful downtown area. We went shopping a little bit. My mom wanted to look at some stores. We made them wait 45 minutes for us to get coffee from a local coffee shop, but it was worth the wait.
Side note, last time that I was in San Juan, I don't know if it was it was your last time too. It was Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, everything was closed.
Everything was closed except for Señor Frogs and CVS. Those were
and
the only
Starbucks.
And Starbucks were the only things open last time I was
so
there.
So all the chain stuff was open. But this time we actually got to try local coffee, and it was worth the wait. And the lady that was making it was really, really nice. Andy was a little upset, though, but because we made them wait outside in the heat for like 45 minutes. After that, my mom and brother, we walked them back to the boat. I got a hat because the hat I brought wasn't working for me. And we got Burger King. We were just walking, and we were walking through some shops, and we saw that there was a Burger King, and I was like, who gets Burger King when they're in like a different place? And then I saw in the window that they had the vegan chicken sandwich, and I was like, we are the schmucks that get Burger King when we are in a like not exactly a foreign place, but like a new place. So yeah, we waited about 30 minutes, but we got our vegan chicken sandwich, and let me tell you, it was everything I dreamed it would be. It tasted exactly like a Burger King chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, it was so good.
And it was vegan, I promise. We did not get sick, so that tells you it was vegan. And then we walked all over this place. I said for lunch I wanted us to try something local. I wanted us to try something different. So we had mojitos and mofongo.
I'd never had mofongo before.
It's delicious. Right? It's basically like the base of it is like a mashed plantain, which plantains are our favorite of tropical food ever. So it's like a mashed plantain and then like grilled veggies on it, and like they're all seasoned with like mojo and all these different spices, and it was delicious. So we found this like hole in the wall place to go, and we got some mofongo, and it was like buy one get one free drinks. Yeah, so we got mojitos. Otherwise we would have split one, but I was like, oh, I guess I have to drink my own then. I think I got halfway done with it. It was like, I can't do it. I got a little like weird off of half a glass of wine the other day, so like I'm not good at drinking a whole drink. So we went and had those.
Mofongo was pretty good. She said it wasn't the traditional.
No,
way.
It wasn't like in the bowl mofongo. It was like on a fajita skillet. So it wasn't traditionally like presented, but it was the traditional dish. It was it was like when you go to a Mexican place and you get like a burrito instead of a taco. It's the same food. It's just presented differently. So. Yeah. You're
going to start an argument in the comments. Burritos aren't the same thing as a soft taco.
Yes, they are.
Or a hard taco. Yeah. But no, and that was really good. walking around Puerto Rico was just, it's so beautiful. It's absolutely so beautiful. Just like the roads and everything, just the architecture is just so old and so beautiful.
We found an old printing store.
We did.
With ancient printing presses. Yeah, it was, and like, they had like local books.
1800s or 1700s. Like, it was like printers and stuff. It was crazy. Like, where you had to actually like put in all the different letters, and then they rolled the ink over and then rolled it over the paper.
We found a crystal store, and I ended up getting a Jewish star pendant, Star of David, for a necklace from there.
I got a really cool piece of...
I think it's obsidian.
Obsidian, yeah.
And I got a moonstone. So that was really, really cool. Very nice people work there. And we went to...
Oh, side note. We saw this street. If you guys have seen on Jen's video, on Jen's other channel.
Oh, yeah.
There's a video of us tap dancing.
In the street where there were all the umbrellas.
Yeah.
But the umbrellas are gone because they're fixing the street after the hurricane. So I guess they hadn't put them back up yet. So we were on that street, but it wasn't like the umbrellas weren't there.
We were on that again, which was really cool to see because that was my first cruise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interestingly, okay, when we're in new places, we like to try as many cool things as we can. Things that are different, things that are fun. And when we were eating mofongo, we sort of kind of happened upon something that was like next door.
It was like right around the corner, yeah.
Right around the corner. Yeah, we unboxed Shynessy on this channel. We can say this, right? Can we say the words?
We can say what the name of the company?
Yeah, sure. Can we say what they are?
Yes, we can. And certain. I mean, sure. Yeah. I mean.
Okay, you know the rules better than me, but okay. Anyway, so there was a place where you can get waffles.
Waffles on a stick.
Shaped like dicks.
It was called Mr. Weenie Waffles.
And they were literally waffles shaped like dicks. And they also had waffles shaped like vaginas. And you could get them like with different like toppings and honestly, it was one of the best waffles I've ever had in my life. Good. I was like, look, I know it's weird, but we've got to try it.
Oh, yeah.
So we split one.
And the guy that was running it was super nice. This is one of like the most flamboyant guys I've ever met. But the nicest dude. He was just having a blast. And he's like, are you sure you want this one? Do you want anything on it? And I'm like, I'm good.
We chose to get the dick variety, and he asked if we wanted like, because I didn't want one of the toppings, and he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. He goes, so do you want the other one too? And I was like, no, next time, we'll get that next time. We were so full from all the food we had already eaten, and I was like, no, I this is a big...
we were literally like, we didn't want to eat, but we needed to
try it. Absolutely needed to try it. So yeah, that's something fun that we did. And then we actually went walking among. We went to we went to try to go find this lighthouse. We ended up not making it to the lighthouse because we got distracted by a cat sanctuary.
Yeah, we walked around this corner and all of a sudden there was like 60 cats.
They were everywhere. And then we saw that there was this place that was like feeding and taking care of them, and they were hanging out on like a tennis court. They were hanging out in trees. There were so many beautiful babies, and so we kind of didn't make it all the way. Apparently the fort was right there and we didn't know, and so we missed the fort, but like next time we'll go. Like we missed the fort by like 200 feet because we got distracted by cats, and if that's not us, then I don't know what is. We were just like,
we're gonna play with them.
So, and then we ended up looking at the really, really cool walls. There were cats by the walls, too, and taking pictures of the ocean. And so that was really, really nice. And that was pretty much our day in Puerto Rico. It was really,
a lot
really
of walking
great.
and a lot of walking. Just enjoying the...
Exploring. Yeah. And then the next day, because it was 3 days in a row that we were on shore, the next day we went to Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, where there is absolutely nothing to do unless you love to shop at the same shops all day or if you have a shore excursion. We chose not to do a shore excursion because the one that we were going to do, we canceled because it looked like it was going to be too strenuous for my mom. Not strenuous per se, but people had written in the comments how slippery the hike was. And I know my mom recently hurt her ankle like a few months back or is still healing from that. And I was like, we have to cancel this. Let's say any reason that we need to say, but we need to cancel this because I can't have my mom getting hurt on like day 4 of a cruise.
And we also had big shows coming up. So we need to make sure we didn't get hurt.
Yeah, GalaxyCon Columbus was like a week later. So we canceled that and said, we'll just go off and explore on our own. So my mom and brother come down. We go upstairs to this beautiful rooftop bar where you can see all of the port. You can see the beautiful ocean. You can see the mountains. You can see the cows. You can see everything. And we just sat up there, had some mojitos at 9 a.m. And what do we have? A regular or a strawberry?
Did we have a strawberry? Yeah, I think we had a strawberry this time.
And it was great. It was
we just relaxed with them and talked with them for a little while. And we went to a couple shops. My brother wanted to get some hot chocolate mix, which I ended up trying over Christmas. It was really, really good. And we sat at a coffee shop a lot because as a social media person, somebody who has to I'm a content creator as part of one of my jobs. And so anytime I could find Wi-Fi, I was posting content. And we found
I already had it pre-filmed, but I just needed a place with Wi-Fi so I could upload, so I could still, make some money over the break and that kind of thing. So we sat at the coffee shop at the Starbucks there, but no, that wasn't the Starbucks. That was in Grand Turk. This place was an actual local coffee shop that had the best coffees I've ever had in my life.
Inexpensive.
It was
like
this tiny
$3.
little thing, but it was like this big, but it was perfect. It was the best coffee I'd ever tasted, and it was sweetened, and I didn't hate it. And that tells you it's good, because I don't like sweet coffee.
It was like $3, and it was really good. And they were
we also tried their tiramisu. I know it wasn't vegan, but I hadn't had tiramisu in forever, and I was like, it's local tiramisu. Let's do it. And it was so good. And it didn't have too much like dairy in it, because I didn't get sick. So I ended up spending a little bit more time at that coffee shop than I originally intended, but that's because our little adventure didn't go as planned. So my mom and brother are hanging out with us. They go back to the boat, and we're like, all right, let's blow this joint. And so we walk to the edge of the port. We leave the port. We decide we're going to go find this like lighthouse that we saw.
It's like a little gazebo lighthouse thing, yeah.
Yeah. We walk a mile and a half.
Yeah, just that way.
Yeah, in the heat and on the side of a highway. And we go down this like sketch road where we saw chickens, just baby chickens on the side of the road. And cats, lots of cats. So we're walking, we get to this, it's at a resort, and they charge you $70 for a day pass to go into this resort each. And we're like, yeah, seeing a gazebo is not worth that. No thanks. So they said there's like a beach down that way. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we kept walking, and we found this super sketch beach where there are these like little shops. The minute we walked up to there, all of the shop owners were like, come see what I have in my shop. Come see what I have in my shop. And they were like really, really aggressive. And so that made us not want to stay. Had they not been that aggressive,
we would have probably bought stuff. We probably would have wandered in and just
They had some really cool looking art too.
But the fact, it's one of those things where it's like, when they're like, hey, do you want to buy something?
They were in your face.
They're like, come. And they're like,
yeah, and so we decided to go out to that beach area. They're still bugging us.
They're following us.
They're following us. Oh, do you want a massage? No.
Do you want a drink?
Do you want your hair braided? No. Do you want that? No. Leave us alone. So we went and we tried to go up these stairs to try to like sneak into the resort, and they stopped us. They're like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, what's it to you? Like if we get yelled at, how does that reflect on you?
But we could have been up there and halfway there before anybody would have noticed.
They were not going to let us do it. So we didn't. We ended up making friends with a crab and picking some sea glass. Picking like it's flowers, but like collecting some sea glass. And there was a crab, and I videoed him. He's very fast. He's like very fast. Barry the hamster, Barry Allen the hamster. And then we mile and a half trek back, took some videos of some cows, and hung out at the Starbucks for a few more hours. That's when I found out that I was nominated for the best local weirdo in Jacksonville. I found out that day, and I was like, oh my gosh. And this was the day before Thanksgiving. And we had some more coffee. It was delicious. We went and tried to eat plantains. Could not get any at all. We ended up just eating French fries for lunch. And had a couple of Cokes. Yeah. From the vendors downstairs. We did not eat that day. Tiramisu and French fries. And then we just kind of hung out by the resort. In different resort. There was like a pool and bar, and like you can rent little cabanas and stuff. We just hung out by that as the sun was setting until we absolutely had to go back up. But the shops were really cool. We tried to eat at a different restaurant too, and they didn't have plantains either.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody had plantains. We're just like, it's literally on your menu. They're like, yeah, but we don't have it. And I'm like, okay, thanks. And they had no vegan food. Mm-mm. Except fries. Mm-hmm. No one had any vegan food. And so we're just like, that's fine, we'll starve. We're good. We ended up getting, just fries. Mm-hmm. And then from the coffee shop, we spent most of our money in the coffee shop. Mm-hmm. But that internet saved my day. I was able to do a lot of work that day for like social media and stuff. And it was great. Mm-hmm. And so that's Amber Cove. Mm-hmm. Beautiful views. Nothing to do. But you know what? Sometimes you just need to sit at a rooftop bar. We made some friends.
Yeah. Some people that lived in the St. Augustine area. Yeah. They're really nice.
Made some friends and just talked to them over some French fries. Mm-hmm. It was great. The next day we went to one of my favorite ports, Grand Turk. We had actually recently watched Hidden Figures, the movie. And that movie has to deal with like the longest orbit in space at the time, and the splashdown site for that orbit that they helped calculate, that splashdown is at Grand Turk. Mm-hmm. And I had been there before, and I had seen the splashdown site, and I'm a big NASA fan. My dad was an astrophysicist, and he wanted to be an astronaut, and so like space has always been a part of our family. NASA has always been something that we love. Mm-hmm. And so like for me to see this site every time I get to go see it, I'm so excited because I'm like, splashdown, NASA happened here, like space history happened here. And so we got to go see that, but it made even more sense now after watching Hidden Figures. So that was really cool, especially for you probably.
Oh yeah, it was really cool.
Because that part always excited me.
Yeah, it was like the first time we saw that, I was like, oh, that's really cool that, the space thing landed there. Cool. Mm-hmm. I didn't think anything of it, but then we watched the movie and it's like, wait, we were there. Hold on.
And then
Sorry, I'm being attacked by Bento.
There's Bento. We went shopping a little bit with my mom and brother, and then we went to Starbucks to get some Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. Did our thing, made some posts for like Noise Complaint, Arts on the Edge, Rhythm Theory, Happy Thanksgiving, because it was Thanksgiving that day, and most expensive chai I've ever had. Mm-hmm. It was like $7.50 for a chai. It's crazy, but it was nice. It's whatever. We have a specific place we like to eat while we're there because they have the best plantains ever. Mm-hmm. My mom and brother go back to the ship. We decide to do what we did last time we were in Grand Turk, and we went trespassing, sort of. We go past this is Carnival's beach area, and to enter this area at your own risk. And we walked all along the beach. We got our shoes absolutely soaking wet walking along this beach because the tide was up so much. Much different from last time. Oh, yeah. But we said, hey, whatever, let's go for it. And so with our wet, squeaky, squishy shoes, we walked all along the beach, took the most beautiful photos. If you saw photos of like branches on a beach, that was at Grand Turk. Beautiful blue water. Like,
it was so pretty.
So gorgeous. I don't even know how to explain it. And we just kept going and going till we found this like little open area where I guess cars can get to.
I think so.
And then we found some like houses that we didn't quite get to, but like we looked at them from the distance.
We're like, oh look, people live there. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I would say we went about a mile.
Oh yeah, easily.
Easily a mile, maybe a mile and a half, and it was just nice. We got to spend some quality time.
We just talked and just hung out. It was nice. It was really cool just to look at the water and just like, wow, I wish I lived somewhere that the water was blue
instead of gray. It was just nice to just like be there with each other and see this beautiful sight together and just take a minute, you know? So we spent about an hour out there, I would say. And then it got hot, so we walked back and we had lunch at our favorite place, which was, it's this little shack of a restaurant. I forget what it's called, but they have fried plantains, not the tostada.
They have the sweet plantains.
Not tostadas.
It's tostones?
Tostones. That's it. Not the tostones kind, but like the fried sweet plantains.
Me going through my Spanish in my head like...
Right? So we each had a bowl of those, and we got chips and salsa, and it was delicious, and we just sat by the beautiful water, looking out at it, having our plantains, and just being really, really happy. And then we went walking around, looking at the shops again and again and again. Taking pictures, we didn't want to go up. You know, there was nowhere to go from there, but we didn't want to just be on the ship. We wanted to be down. I went back to Starbucks. We went back to that restaurant for a second meal of plantains and chips and salsa, because honestly, this is the first real meal we'd eaten all cruise.
Yeah, and it was really good. We love sweet plantains, so we definitely recommend if you go there, find it. It's right on the beach.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. So that was Grand Turk, and then there was like the last sea day where we just tried to, it was formal night. Grand Turk was Thanksgiving, so it was formal night that night. So we get back up to the boat, we get into our fancy attire, we go and have Thanksgiving dinner, which is really nice on a cruise, actually. Like, the food isn't great for those of you that like traditional Thanksgiving fare. Like, their turkey's not that great. Even when I ate meat, it wasn't good.
When I had it my first year on the cruise, it wasn't bad. It wasn't dry or anything, but it wasn't like...
It's not Thanksgiving dinner.
You didn't get hit with like grandma's home cooking.
Yeah, but it's nice to not have to cook or clean. And just have like a nice fancy dinner where everyone's just happily celebrating this holiday together. You know, I think that's the night that we ate way too much, because they finally got food right for us that night and made us all of it.
Our appetizer
was a bowl of
spaghetti.
Pasta.
They were like, here, your appetizer.
A giant bowl of pasta. It was like this big.
Imagine going to Olive Garden and ordering a thing of pasta, like spaghetti.
And that's your appetizer.
That was an appetizer.
And they gave us bread and salad. And then they brought us our meal, which was a tofu vegetable teriyaki, like stir fry thing. And I was like, I can't eat that. I ended up taking it back to my room, and the next day when there was nothing for us to eat at lunch, I grabbed that from the room and just ate it cold because it was so good. But there was nothing for us to eat for lunch. So...
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, I was like, I'm so full.
Oh my God, we were couldn't roll us down the hall full. That was also the night of Mardi Gras. So we got to do all that night. And then Friday, the last night of the cruise, you're sort of like packing, but you're also sort of trying to like get your last minute fun stuff together. You do your last shopping, you get rid of your onboard credit, and you know.
A couple things about this cruise. One, I discovered that there's a gift exchange.
Yeah, we're going to do it next time. So you go into the Facebook group for your cruise, and then somebody posts like, oh yeah, we're going to do a room gift exchange. So it's like a secret Santa, but like cruise related. So you make like a little package of like
goodies
to leave on somebody's door as like a secret Santa. And you could put anything in there. My brother went overboard. He gave them like gifts, and most people gave like, oh, here's like some Dramamine, some Twizzlers, some sunscreen, like stuff that you'll need. And my brother didn't know what to do at first, so he's just like, he gave them like a blender. Here's a gift.
Like, he was heavy duty.
Yeah, but that's also Andy. He loves giving, and he just loves like making people happy. So he also made a t-shirt for the cruise director, because when you join the Facebook group before your cruise, you get to know the people that you're about to cruise with, but you also get to know your cruise director, Kendall Fire. And he follows her on all the social media, and she was saying something like, yeah, I want like Kindle Fire t-shirts.
It was Fire Family.
Fire Family. Because she's like, yeah, this is my Fire Family. Oh, we should make t-shirts. And to my brother, that's a signal to, I should make t-shirts. He made her a t-shirt, and he made himself one. He designed
the logo.
And then made them, had them professionally made, and gave her one, and he wore one. And so they were both wearing Fire Family t-shirts. And he gave her a second one because he didn't know what size she was going to be, so her mom got to have one too. So because her mom was on the ship as well. Her mom and dad were there because Thanksgiving, family cruise. So yeah, that was our honeymoon. Not exactly what you would expect for like a honeymoon, I guess, but that's kind of how we are.
That's how we honeymoon.
We like to adventure. And for us, that was quite the adventure. We got to see 3 different places. I can't say 3 different countries because like there were 2 different countries, and Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. But we got to explore places we'd been before but hadn't seen quite like that. We really got to see some local stuff in Dominican Republic because we ventured off-site and got to see a local beach. Like, not a touristy beach, a local beach. So that was really, really cool. It was actually really pretty, too.
Yeah, it was really pretty. Like, you see the beach, and then in the distance, you see the carnival ship and stuff.
Yeah, so we really had such a good time. I ate my weight in beignets, but other than that, didn't really get to eat until, like, the last 2 days of the cruise. We got our ship on the stick. All in all, I would say it was a wonderful honeymoon, and I'm glad that we got to take it. And we get to go on another cruise every year. Next one will be slightly delayed because my schedule sucks, but back on the cruising with my family every year because my brother and I work very, very crazy schedules, and it's just nice for my family to just shut everything off and be together for a week. And the fact that you get to be there with us is just, he is part of the family. My mom considers him like part of the core family. So does my brother. So just the four of us getting to be together for a week now, again, is just so great. And if you haven't tried cruising, it is the actual best way to travel. Oh, yeah. It is cost effective because you pay one fee for the cruise. It might seem like a lot, like, oh god, $500 for a cruise. It's $500 for like a 7-day cruise. That's 7 days of accommodations, 7 days of food, 7 days of entertainment, 7 days of travel to all these different ports. Like, it is the most cost effective way to travel, and it's so fun and so comfortable and so luxurious. Like, the gyms are really nice too.
Yeah, like, you can't, a lot of times you can't go vacation for $700, just even the food.
No, we're talking about going to New York soon, not even for a vacation, but for like sort of a work thing. And the cost of just going for a weekend to New York with flight, with hotel. Hotel is insane in New York. Then there's food, like we could just live on bagels probably. But and
I'm
then
sure there's a couple.
The entertainment, you want to go see a Broadway play, it's going to be like $70 a ticket, you know? All of that is included every single day. We got to see a comedy show, a Broadway show, a Broadway-ish style show, and an aerial show in one night, and all of it was included in the price. And we got a super, super fancy dinner, which if you aren't vegan is wonderful. And you can eat all day. You can have free ice cream all day. Like, it's so worth going. Oh, yeah. So if you're getting married, or if you want a second honeymoon, or if you just want a vacation, consider going on a cruise as your honeymoon, vacation, second honeymoon, whatever. Consider a cruise because it is just awesome. We are not sponsored by Carnival. They probably hate me at this point. But
Carnival, sponsor us, please.
Sure. I highly recommend it. It was just the perfect honeymoon. And I know we still have one more wedding to get to. We are filming this 6 days from our final wedding. But if I had to do it all over again for the honeymoon, I would do it exactly the same way, especially the Love and Marriage show.
Oh, it was a blast.
It was
so much fun.
I'm so glad we got to do it.
But you know what? As much fun as ours was, the
second one. Oh, wait, bonus content on this video before we let you go. Oh, God. There was a second Love and Marriage show where they picked 3 different sets of couples.
And we decided to go see it just because we wanted to see if the questions were the same.
Yeah, and it was fun. My mom and brother had gone to bed, and we're like, let's go see the second one.
This one was hosted by Robbie, who was not the cruise director. He was
the second in command.
Yeah.
So, guys, so the newest couple, I'm glad that we went to the first show because the newest couple of this one got married 4 days.
They got married day one of the cruise.
Day one of the cruise. They got married 4 days before the show. The second couple was just this crazy couple. Nothing to really write home about with them. They weren't Bonnie and Clyde, but they were pretty crazy. And then the oldest couple they had been together for 55 years, I think.
Like that, yeah.
And they were adorable. We're just going to give you one question and answer. We'll tell you our answers, and then we'll tell you what they all said, or at least what one of them said. One of the questions that we got was, what would you make bigger and what would you make smaller on your partner physically, I guess. I said that I would make his head smaller so that it would fit hats better because he has to special order hats or just wear beanies because his head is so big. Like the crown for the Rat King did not fit. Like my head is more forward than his, but like if I bring my head back, do you see the size difference here?
Hers would fit in my head.
Yeah, he has a big head. And then so that's what I would make smaller on you. And then what I would make bigger is your hair because I really enjoy how long your hair is and I want you to have thicker, more beautiful hair. And he said he would make my hair smaller so that it would stop hitting him.
Or attacking me while we're asleep.
Yeah. And then what did you say you would make bigger?
So I got up and I ran over to the other side of Bonnie and Clyde with the microphone and said, I would make her boobs bigger.
In front of the audience. I don't care personally. I just thought it was funny that he was bold enough to do that. So this couple that had only been married 4 days, their answers to the same questions, it was really her answers to those questions. I don't remember his because hers were so brutal. So what would she make smaller on her new husband of 4 days?
His tummy.
Yikes. In front of an audience, that's tough. That's tough to have said about you. What would she make bigger?
Do I get to say it like she did?
Yep. We already said the word.
Say it with your chest. She said, his dick. Just like that.
Loud
Very
and clear.
Boom and the best part is you know that face, that laugh that people make when they're like really upset or really irritated, but they just like trying to play along. He was like
we felt so bad for him. We were like, oh, this marriage might not last more than 4 days. You could see the initial
shock, like when she said it, his eyes go
in front of the audience, and you're just like, I mean, I know this is just for fun, but oh, honey, no. No.
And it was
now, Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie did say that she would make
Rocky,
which is what she named his member, bigger. But you would expect that from Bonnie and Clyde, and he's like, yeah, me too. Like, that's how they are with each other. That's goals. They are goals for us. Not so much that couple.
No, they were your cute little like friend. You know your friends that got married that love each other. They were there.
I hope that they made it through that. I hope that he forgave her for that. Much love to you guys. But that's your bonus content for this video. I hope you really enjoyed hearing about our honeymoon. We loved reliving it with you guys. There's pictures of it all over my Instagram, Captain Jenne. And if I remember to while I edit this, I might intersperse some photos or videos or whatever. Thank you guys for joining us for this vlog.
If you're new around here, make sure you hit that thumbs up or subscribe button. We'll start with that one. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know that you're interested in our content. We are on that road to 1,000 subscribers, slowly getting there. If you'd like to hang out with us, it'd be great. We have this kind of videos. We have unboxings. We've got challenges, all kinds of stuff. And then if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy cruising, hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy Mr. Weenie Waffles, hit that thumbs up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It was a blast, and we would love to hear what you guys did on yours. Let us know what you've done.
Or what your favorite part of our honeymoon was for you, so from what you've heard. What's your favorite thing?
What's your favorite thing, or what did you do on your honeymoon?
Yeah, we would love to know. Or what would you do if you're not married or haven't gotten married yet? What would you do on your honeymoon? What would be your dream honeymoon? Would it be a cruise? Would it be a mountain vacation? Would it be a tour of Europe? Would it be just
a
chilling
week
at home?
Yeah.
We technically had that.
Yeah.
After our original wedding, we got COVID from a con like a week later. And so we kind of had a 14-day honeymoon of just chilling with each other at home. But yeah, what would you do? So let us know. Thank you guys for joining us.
I'm Sean.
I'm Jen, and that's the ship on a stick.
We're out of here. Bye. Show him the stick. Show him it. There you go. Wow.